The contest season continues. The contest season, contests everywhere. This is for Chris Propfe, and this is his 200s, you get it, 200 subscriber contest. Congratulations, Chris. Let me kind of get you. Do you want to see the naked woman or not? I don't know. Some people get upset when they see nakedness. They can't handle nakedness here. But I'm in my office CD room, but I'm going to show pretty much all vinyl. And we're going to get right into this because I tend to be too long lately, so I need to kind of cut it closely. Okay, first, your earliest music memory that you remember. I remember my mother singing and playing Volare. And I didn't know the name of the song, Volare, and I don't remember the guy's name. I mean, someone's gonna write it down there. I probably should have researched this. Later, I mean, the only version I have is the Dean Martin version. But all I remember as a kid, De Blue, De Pinto, De Blue. Now, of course, there's probably kid songs and stuff, but that's the first, like, single hit record. That was a huge hit. Volare, oh, oh, cantare, oh, 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 De Blue, De Pinto, De Blue. Now, that's gonna lead into a question later about karaoke, because I cannot sing. I can't keep a tune. I'm off key. I love music. I listen to it. I can tell when someone's off key for the most part, but I can't sing myself. I love singing in the car. I was in bands when I was a kid and stuff, but you know, background singing maybe. I just, for some reason, out of whack there. Anyway, Volare, De Blue, De Pinto, De Blue. That's what I remember. De Blue, De Pinto, De Blue. As a kid, you think that is amazing. De Blue, De Pinto, De Blue. What the fuck? I have a blue Pinto, and Pintos weren't even invented yet. Anyway, you can tell how old I am based on that song if you research when that very first song was a hit. It was a foreigner. Well, depending on who's watching this, it was Italian. Anyway, okay, next one. Karaoke song. Now again, I said I don't sing karaoke, and the song I pick is a really totally schmaltzy song. And of course, did I forget it? One moment. Okay, one of the best karaoke songs. I would sing it. I couldn't sing it. Nobody can sing it, and it's probably not a crowd pleaser. Everyone likes, like, Sweet Caroline, that kind of Neil Diamond crap or whatever. But I would say Bridge Over Troubled Water. One of the most amazing vocals ever, Art Garfunkel. Of course, Paul Simon wrote the wonderful song. Schmaltzy as hell, yes, but an incredible vocal. Just, I mean, their biggest selling album, not my favorite of their albums, Bookends would be that, but the song that Art Garfunkel sings alone. Basically, Paul gave this great song to Artie to sing alone, and he just nailed it. And I can't imagine anyone that I know singing that song. But that would be, if I could sing like Art Garfunkel in 1970, 71, when, 69, 77, yeah, 70, when this album came out, that would be it. So karaoke, Bridge Over Troubled Waters. Not a trendy thing, not a cool thing, but hey, that's my pick. Okay, 3 desert island discs. Well, for the sake of this, I'm gonna have to go with one each of my 3 favorite bands, and depending on the mood I'm in, these may change which is my favorite, but it's close enough. The Byrds, Fifth Dimension, the great album from 1966, 67, 8 Miles High, one of the amazing singles of all time. That opening part, the guitar riff on that, after that great bass, do 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 do. This is why I don't karaoke again. But 8 Miles High, influenced by John Coltrane, if you can believe that. It's totally true. They were listening to John Coltrane, the Byrds, and his kind of out there songs, 8 Miles High. The Kinks, Arthur from 1969, my favorite Kinks album. Victoria, Yes Sir, No Sir, Some Other Son, Shangri-La. Young and Innocent Days, very Beach Boy-like, and Arthur. I mean, just a great album. And then I got to put a Beatle album in there, so, you know, depending on the mood. For this, if I'm in Desert Island, I want more music, so I'm going to take the White Album. This is one I finally picked up in the last year. This is a original UK top loader. They came out top loader, pretty rare. That's how they came out in England at the time. And just since we're showing and having fun here, I'm going to show this. This has nothing to do, well, it does have something to do with it, but that's the third record. And I'm just showing this just because I want to show it, because it's kind of a wild art piece. There's a guy who does this art project and collector, and it's called We Buy White Albums. And he has done installations in New York and other cities. It was in Sacramento, California for a while. Basically, he buys up white albums, any white album, and he keeps them in like a storefront artistic setup, not to buy, not to sell, but just to present. Different drawings. He keeps them in number order. Look at that. So they're worn out. Some have illustrations on them. Some are really weathered. And he put out this record. It's kind of a bootleg thing, but I think they did 800 copies, so it's extremely rare now. We Buy White Albums. And what it is, it's him playing digitally 800 copies of the White Album together slowly. It's an amazing, it's amazing, bizarre art concept. Anyway, We Buy White Album. What his name is? I think his name is something Chang. Anyway, cool, bizarre listening. It's really conceptual, avant-garde noise, the way it's presented, but very highly collectible and extremely rare. I think 800 copies of that. Okay, the next question is artwork that you could stare at for hours. And there goes my rare record. Artwork you can stare for hours. Instead of picking one single record, I'm picking an artist. Because this artist, to me, over the last decade or so, has the most amazing psychedelic. I love psychedelic art. You've seen some of my poster art, my collection of books of psychedelic poster artists from San Francisco, Avalon Film, or all that. I love day glow colors and things like that. So I'm going to showcase the Flaming Lips. This is Greatest Hits Volume 1. I could stare for these records for hours. A lot of day glow in their record covers. So fucking cool. I'm not gonna even pull out the colored vinyl on some of these. Now this is extremely rare too. This is produced by the Flaming Lips, and this is basically a cover album of them doing the entire King Crimson, the Court of the Crimson King. So anyway, great cover art, I mean, anything Flaming Lips did. They're such like a conceptual art project in a way as much as they are a band. And then the last question, which is to me a no-brainer, and to me there's only one answer, and if you answer it differently, you're wrong. What's the best closing track on an album? It's gotta be A Day in the Life. A Day in the Life, in 1967 when that came out, was a game changer. Up to the crescendo of all the instruments of the orchestra playing their notes from beginning to end. at different speeds into the last multi-piano's last note that goes on for 40 seconds. Sgt. Pepper Lonely Hearts Club Band, you all know it. And A Day in the Life, one of the most incredible closing tracks of any album. I'm old enough to remember being 13 years old when this album came out and listening to that track and getting my first pair of headphones at the same time and listening to that, and it's friggin' amazing. So congratulations, Chris, and you'll get many more subscribers. You do a lot of videos like I do. Hey, you know, why not? If you got it, flaunt it, right? Congratulations, and everybody, thanks for watching. And again, Chris, love you, baby. Mazzy loves you. Take care.